Hey y'all, hope you're doing well. You are now well informed about many of the inventions that were created during the Industrial Rev, as your classmates did a great job presenting on them. And now we're going to start to look at other aspects of the Industrial Rev, starting with businesses and working conditions. So you're going to start by going to today's folder and uploading the Industrial Rev Learning Work document into your Learning Work document in Notability. Yes, I understand it's redundant, but what I did is I put all of your learning work in one place in one graphic organizer, so that throughout all of the rest of the learning in this unit, you can just keep coming back to that same thing and not have to continually add stuff in. You're hopefully watching the video right now, which is your third step. And I'm just going to go over what I expect you to work on today. This is the learning work document, and as you can see, it's broken into different chunks. Here's living conditions, working conditions, inventions, labor unions, the vocabulary words, and I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. And then down at the bottom, we have a costs and benefits chart. So here we're going to keep a running list of all the things that are negative about the Industrial Rev and all the things that are positive about the Industrial Rev. First thing I'm going to say is I'm going to have you cross off this inventions piece because we've already covered inventions quite in length. And today we're going to focus on big business and working conditions, which are right up here in the red is the working conditions, and the business stuff is actually going to go underneath your vocabulary word because you're actually going to read about corporations and trusts and monopolies, and as you learn about them, you're going to write in information you learn about them under each one of these. Also, as you're reading, I want you to look for connections between the vocabulary words and how they affect each other and interact with each other. So for trusts and monopolies, you're going to find out that if a trust is formed, it pretty much guarantees a monopoly. So these are words that are very closely entwined, that if one happens, it's very likely that the other one will happen as well. So as you're reading about businesses, those notes are going to end up here in your vocabulary, and then they're also going to go down here on your costs and your benefits. So there's not a chart or a square or rectangle for businesses. The notes are actually going to go in two different places. So you're going to start by reading about businesses, and I'll tell you that section in just a minute. And then you're going to go into reading about their working conditions and see the relationship between business owners and their workers. So once you've uploaded this into Notability, the next thing you're going to do is log into Clever. And you are going to start by going to Unit 24 and Section 4, and you're going to read about the businesses section. Please take a moment to look at this political cartoon because they're really trying to emphasize not only an issue that's being dealt with during the Industrial Rev, but also showing you how they feel about it or what they want people to do or realize. So you're going to read this, and as I said, you're going to see things about monopolies and trusts, and corporations. And so as you find out that information, you're going to take notes under the vocabulary words themselves, and that cost and benefit chart. When you're done with this, then you're going to come up here and you're going to go to Section 6, which is working conditions. And you're going to read about this, and as you read through it, you're going to take notes. This one's not very long, about what their working conditions are for both men, women, and children, because they're descriptive of all three. And then you're going to go back to today's folder. And in today's folder, you'll see that there is a folder called Images of Working Conditions. You're going to open that up and you're going to look at the images. And as you look at them, then you're going to go back once again to those working conditions and add in any new things that you find out about where they worked and how they were treated in those environments. And then the last thing you're going to do is there's a little clip here down at the bottom called Triangle Factory Fire. I would like you to watch that clip. It's about 5 minutes. When you get to class on Friday, there'll be a quick check-in just to see where you are at as far as the learning that you guys accomplished today. If you have any questions at all, feel free to send me a Schoology message and I will get back to you as soon as possible.